Doctor Who 73 Yards, the 4th episode of Series 14, or Season 1, is written by Russell T Davies and starring Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. So this episode... Disengage. Just kidding, as if I would let that cancel the retrospective videos. Anyway, the episode was described as being Welsh folk horror, and the villain would be the strongest villain you'll ever see. So Russell explained that the episode showed Ruby living a life of penitence, required to do something good to earn forgiveness for the Doctor's unintentional lack of respect in breaking the fairy circle, and Russell believed that it to be one of the greatest things he's ever made in his life. Ncuti Gatwa said that 73 Yards was important to Ruby's overall development throughout the season. So this episode has no title sequence. Obviously, few previous episodes did that. Sleep No More, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, and Resolution. Dylan Holmes directed 73 Yards, and it was the first episode of Series 14 to be filmed. The studio BBC Sumer Wales new broadcasting house was used to film a scene. The TARDIS lands on an island. The Doctor and Ruby stepped out the TARDIS. The Doctor mentions Roger Ap William, who apparently became a terrifying Prime Minister in 2046. But then the Doctor stood on the fairy circle, which damaged it, and Ruby reads the note that reads, "I miss you, and rest in peace, Mad Jack."
No. What is this? Oh, it's a circle. Someone made this.
The Doctor disappeared suddenly, and the mysterious old woman, 73 yards, which is 67 meters away from Ruby, appeared out of nowhere. So Ruby tries to talk to her, but there was no response. All she was doing was moving her hands about, staring at Ruby, and no matter how far Ruby goes, that woman always stands in the exact same meters.
Okay. Okay.
Ruby runs into a hiker, another of Susan Twist's character, and this time Ruby asked if they have met before.
I haven't met you before, have I?
Well, I don't think so. Have you?
No, that was a different...
But then she changed the subject and asked her to ask the mysterious woman why is she there and where is the Doctor. So the hiker went towards her and suddenly runs away. It was a scary moment and I love the attention building up. Millie Gibson does a fantastic job with her performance. Ruby got inside a pub called a Pren Marrow to arrange to stay over for a night. It was so scary when the locals were telling stories about the Mad Jack and a whole witchcraft thing.
And if that woman outside is his herald, that means Mad Jack is unbound.
And there was a knock on the door, which turns out to be a deliverer, and everyone was just making fun of Ruby.
It's him, oh my god, it's him. Hurry up, I got my hands full.
Maxine Evans plays Laurie Palin, the landlady of the Pren Marrow Inn. I thought her performance was fantastic, and by the way, she previously played Helen Sherman, one of the cannibalistic villagers, in an episode of Torchwood Countryside. Sean Phillips, Ian Pritchard, Gwion Morris, and Gwion Morris-Jones and Aline Davis plays Enid Meadows, Joshua Steele, Ifa Jones and Thin Lucy, who are the residents of the pub. I thought their performance was fantastic. A few nights later, Ruby gets kicked out of the pub as everyone has been running away since she turned up. So Ruby faces the facts that the Doctor is gone. So she headed back home in London to Carla and Cherry. Ruby told Carla what happened. So then out on the street, Ruby and Carla gets on the phone with each other, which confused Mrs. Flood. Carla went to the mysterious woman. She runs away.
No, Mum! Mum, don't listen to her! Please don't do this to me, Mum! Mum, don't do this to me, Mum!
and later sat in the back of the taxi looking really depressed. It was really heartbroken when Carla disowned Ruby. It's so emotional. Later on, we get a nice surprise. Gemma Redgrave returns as Kate Lethbridge Stewart. She sits with Ruby in the cafe, claiming her army are able to take on that woman, but suddenly the soldiers got away and Kate disengaged and left Ruby, which is really devastating.
Disengage.
As years go by, Ruby is living her life while the woman remains 73 yards away. Ruby had a boyfriend, then she has a job in Albion Party headquarters to help out. And Ian Barnard plays Roger Ap William, who was a British politician. I thought he did a brilliant job, and the fact that he wants to fire a missile, I'm like, uh-oh. Sophie Ablett plays Marty Bridges, a volunteer who hated Roger Ap William. I thought she's great too. So Ruby realised what the doctor said about Roger Ap William, and she knows what to do. In the football stadium, she walks on the grass despite police, security and colleagues constantly ordering her to get off the grass. Ruby stood 73 yards away from Roger Ap William, and I got him run away and resign. Even a lot of security ran away as well.
72
Final
yards.
warning! Stay where
73
you
yards.
are!
Ruby and Marty both laughed with joy. 4 decades later, coming into 2086, an old Ruby, played by Amanda Walker, returns to the island in Wales and sees the TARDIS again, looking pretty old. We learn that she never found her biological mother, and it stopped snowing. 2 TARDIS props were used during the filming because the production team needed it to appear aged and they didn't have time to repaint it on location. In 2089, Ruby lay down in a hospital and the nurse says goodnight. Ruby mentioned that she has been abandoned by everyone in her entire life, but she has not been alone for 65 years. And there was a terrifying scene where that mysterious woman appeared in the room. It was like something in a horror movie, and the next shot, Ruby finds herself back in Wales in 2024, seeing her younger self with the doctor.
I was sorry it took so long.
And this time, the doctor nearly stood on the fairy circle, and Ruby didn't read the note either. So then the woman disappeared, and everything's good. This woman is played by Hilary Hobson. Brilliant performance. To those who are confused on who the woman is, believe me, I know a couple of people who are confused. Well, the answer is that the woman is Ruby Sunday from 2089. After she seemingly died of an old age, she becomes the mysterious woman stalking herself, starting from Wales in 2024. So hopefully that answers the question. I really love this episode. My top 3 favourite Series 14 or Season 1 episodes. Plus it reminds me of The Curse of Clyde Langer from the Sarah Jane Adventures, where everyone turns against Clyde after saying his name. Also, I get a bit of Turn Left vibes as well. What did you think of 73 Yards? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and who's that outside?